What if you was worried about losing everything? What if you was to lose the things that don't serve you anymore? How would that feel to you? Would that feel worrying to you, or would that feel a sense of release, a sense of freedom? I'm going to talk to you about in this video with regards to how Will Smith came back after facing adversity. His story is a strong testament to all of us as CEOs, as business owners, because he found himself. He went back to what his true passion was. And that was, as you can see today, that he's gone back to his singing, for example. He's found his passion again. He was lost. You know, when he was the actor, Will Smith, and then he was going to the Oscars, that night changed everything for him. The incident where he slapped Chris across the face because Chris was talking about his wife, ridiculing her, and Will Smith felt that he was having to defend his wife, for example. But that caused a backlash because Will Smith was seen as the peaceful type of person, but he's a human being, you know, he's a human being just like how we are. So how would you feel if you had to go back to finding yourself? Now, I talked the other day about finding Nemo, how his story was that he had to go into this big ocean and, you know, face all the big fish that was going to eat him, and, you know, going into rivers that, you know, was taking him up, swallowing him up into a hole, into caves, etc. Now, Will Smith had to go through all of that, all of those challenges in order to find himself again. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because business recovery, you've got to look at your business as in that way. What is it that is slapping you in the face, that isn't working, that's disrespecting you and your skill set? What is it that is in your business that is no longer serving you, and that is actually the business that you didn't create, that it turned out that it is a different business from what you actually wanted? So this is a perfect time to reset. New year coming up, reset. Get rid of what is no longer serving you, because they will fall away anyway. Like with Will Smith, people were laughing about him, people were talking badly about him, people were not speaking to him. He lost a lot of his so-called friends, for example. It changed his whole life. He faced, you know, his mental health was at risk, for example. So he's had to rebuild himself and find who he truly is. And you know what? He went to God. He went on his hands and knees and prayed and wanted to find out what it is that he's meant to be doing here. What is his purpose? And what is your true purpose? What have you done in your business that you feel is your true purpose? I challenge you today to sit down and look and write down what you're doing in your business and what your vision was when you started this business. What was your hopes and dreams that you wanted for your business? And sit down, write it out, and then write on the other side what is happening in your business today. Are you happy with what is happening in your business today? Are you happy with your staff members? Are there things that you're not happy about that you would like to change? Is there things about yourself that you would like to change? Are you the person that set out to do this business currently, right now? Are you that future person? Have you moved forward, or are you still back to when you first started? I.e., for example, you're not running your business the way you want to run it. You're still stuck in the past. There's things that you're not happy about your business that you would like to change but never had the courage to change it. Now is the perfect time to do that, to look into yourself and to look into your business, to evaluate whether your business is at the right place where it should be right now, or is it still back 2 years? You're still doing it from how you was 2 years ago. Have you moved on in your business to develop that business, for example? So what is it that you can do right now? Because look at Will Smith now. He's got these songs out and they're beautiful songs. I highly recommend you go and listen to it because it is amazing. It is so motivational. It is so inspirational. And, you know, God is with him. And he knows that it's God that's brought him back to where he needs to be right now. And if he didn't find God, then what would have happened to him during his difficult time? You know, this man was shunned. He was frowned upon. No one wanted to know him because of what happened, the backlash that he got from the media, the people, the Oscars, you know, the people that he thought that was his friend that would be there to support him. They actually turned on him and took away a lot of his financials that he was relying on. They cancelled contracts because of this one incident that he was there trying to protect his wife. But really, it was probably a build-up of what he was facing. But he was trying to hold it together because everybody looks at celebrities or people in high spaces and think that they're not human, that they're not going to lose their temper, that they're not going to get angry sometimes, they're not going to cry sometimes. You know, he was crying. You know, how he must have been feeling at that time is just heartbreaking. But you know what? It's what he needed to reset. Sometimes God puts you in that position where you have to reset yourself and start fresh to find where you're meant to be. And I believe that Will Smith is where he's meant to be right now because he seems so much more happier, he's in control, he's got his own life. And you directors, CEOs, what is it that you have got right now that you're not happy with, that you would like to reset and start from fresh? Is your business where you want it to be right now? Because this is the perfect opportunity for you to do a reset. Perfect opportunity. So, like Will Smith, he let go of the things that wasn't serving him. And you can do that too. You can go back to where you originally started. But first of all, look at your business right now. Sit with yourself in a quiet spot and write down the goals that you had for your business. is it how you want it to be right now? Is there things that you can change in your business that you don't want to have in your business right now? What is it that you can look at to make a change, to make it better? Because how do you feel inside about your business? Are you happy, or are you feeling a bit sad with your business right now? What is it that you can do to change yourself? Because you got to change yourself from within, like Will Smith did. He found the courage to push through and make it the way he wanted it to be originally. It's just he got sidetracked. Sometimes you see these shiny objects and they're there. You're just running with it because it's there. You know, you're not actually thinking, actually, does this align with me? Is this what I want? Do I really want this? It seems glamorous, doesn't it? But it wasn't glamorous for him, for Will Smith. And when you're in business, like with me, when I had my contracts back in the day, I was taking on everything type of contracts, governmental wise. And actually, it wasn't, when I look back, it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't what I wanted because it took me away from my family. It took me away from my goals in life. It really did control me. And I'm sure that Will Smith felt that he was being controlled by, you know, his acting career and all these things, having to show up at places that he didn't really want to be involved in, but he was forced to, because that's part of what you're meant to do, you know. And I want to put it to you, directors, are you truly happy with what you're doing right now? Is your business serving you? Sit down with yourself and write your positives and your negatives in your business, and take out what isn't serving you. Because there's no point going into a business and you're doing things that you don't want to do. What is the percentage of the work that you're doing that you actually don't want to do? And I know there's some parts that you've got to do, you know, we can't have it all smooth sailing. We've got to look at the parts of the business that we like to do, and then there's parts that we don't. But are you doing majority of it, the parts that you don't want to do? That's what you need to look at. Because if that's the case, if that is more than, say, 40%, really you want it to be 20%, that you're doing 20% of the things that you don't really enjoy doing. Then you look at that 20% and see whether you can delegate it, give it to someone else to do, or can you get rid of it? What is it giving to you? What money is it generating for you? Is it giving you a headache? Are you getting stressed with it? Is it causing you stress, anxiety, upset? Is it growing you? If it's not, then you get rid of it. You definitely get rid of it for your own peace of mind. Look, I'm here in Cyprus and I'm doing my daily walk, and I'm calling this my CEO Friday, where I'm talking to you while I'm walking. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start sharing some inspiring stories to help you to really look at what you're doing in your business, because we're so busy being busy that it doesn't even make sense half the time. And I know that you feel this way because you probably go home some days and think, what happened today? What did I actually accomplish that made me feel good as a CEO, as a director? What is it that I did? Or was you just being pushed and pulled and tugged every other way, apart from the way you want to go in your business? Are you being controlled, like how Will Smith was being controlled, and how people thought it's okay to disrespect him, even though it was a comedy thing, but that thing that happened caused him to change his life. And I think it was for the better, because I think if he continued in that route, we really don't know where Will Smith would have ended up, because you could see he wasn't happy. And I'm not here to say what is what, but I can see that he wasn't happy. I remember him when he was young, and he used to do Prince of Bel-Air. I used to watch it every day, the dancing and the singing. That was his passion. That's what he enjoyed doing. But yet he lost track of that. Morning. He lost track of that. And how many years did he lose track? So that must have been a big hole inside of him that he lost. He lost a piece of him because everyone else wanted different things from him. So he lost who he actually was. And now he's come back. Comeback kid, I call it. And the songs that he does, I can resonate with it. And I'm sure you can as well. I'll put some links here because there's some amazing ones that he's gone through trials, tribulations, difficulty, discrimination, been abandoned, shunned, and yet he was the most well-known person in the world. Still is today, actually. But it's just he's changed what he was doing. And he is in his natural place. That's what he was meant to do all along. But he got sidetracked. I don't want you to get sidetracked. We are in 2024, the end of 2024, going into 2025. It's time to reset your business and make sure that you do a proper evaluation of what you're spending out, for example, and what you're actually able to do as the director, and that you focus on your position and the things that you need to do in your business. Because if you're getting involved in the day-to-day running, it's fine if you're a singlepreneur, that's fine, you have to do that. That's part of starting a business. I'm talking about for CEOs that have got employees, for example, and managers and supervisors and etc. Do a staff audit, do a staff evaluation of the work that they are actually doing. Is it serving you? Is it serving you? Because you're paying $20,000 a year for just one staff member. And what are they actually doing for you, for example? So this video is about resilience, about you having resilience during difficult times. And now is the time to look in to yourself and see what resilience that you can bring to your business, because there will be some challenges, there will be some difficult times, and you have to look at the resilience that you can bring into your business. For example, that you can grow your business to where it needs to be without you having to you having to be pushed into things that you don't need to be dealing with. Directors, look at the adversity and use that as your strength, because we've all gone through hard times in our lives, and you use that as your fuel to grow your business as the CEO that you're meant to be. Because if you don't do it, no one else will. It's up to you to grow your business. Everyone else, they're there to help you, but you're ultimately the one responsible for growing your business, and you should know every part of your business and how it works and get strong in that. Whether it's a weakness that you've got, you got to get over that weakness and learn it so that you're able to grow your business to where it needs to be. So thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe, and I will speak to you on the internet. Thank you. Bye.